They told me I wasn't needed at Thanksgiving, we are keeping it small. Then I saw photos of everyone there, even the neighbors. I stayed silent until Dad texted about the $2,900 mortgage. I said absolutely, canceled his card, and let the 53 missed calls roll in. So, Dad casually mentioned like he was talking about the weather, we probably won't need you for Thanksgiving this year. We're keeping things small. I was like, oh, okay, but it felt like swallowing rocks saying that. He went on, yeah, just the immediate family. You get it. But then he reminded me about the $2,900 mortgage payment, expecting me to cover it as usual. I just said of course, while feeling that annoying numbness I'd gotten used to. After hanging up, I sat there staring at my phone, realizing that even though Thanksgiving was supposed to be a family thing, I wasn't really considered part of theirs. Nope, I was just their walking ATM, dishing out cash on demand. They didn't even bother making up some excuse about me being busy or the house being full this time. Fast forward 3 days, I was at work, scrolling through my phone during a coffee break. The coffee tasted like cardboard, by the way, when I saw it, a photo that felt like a slap in the face. There they were in my family's living room, the table decked out with turkey, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, the whole 9 yards. Mom was laughing, holding her wine glass, Dad was grinning all red-faced, and my sister Sarah was cozying up to her boyfriend. Even the neighbors were there, all smiles. Everyone except me. It was like a punch to the gut when I saw the caption, thankful for family. Grateful for everyone who made it. Everyone, really? I just sat there, not calling or texting, just feeling that familiar ache and staring at their happy faces. Anyway, next morning at 7:43, Dad texted me, confirming that I was still good for the mortgage payment. It wasn't a question, just an expectation. I replied with a quick absolutely and then canceled the automatic payment. My phone stayed silent for just over 4 hours before it blew up with calls, first one, then more. By 8 p.m., I had 53 missed calls. I ignored every single one, knowing they were frantic but having no clue what was coming next. I let them sit in their panic for a whole day. 53 calls, desperate voicemails, and even Sarah whining on Facebook about me being selfish. But I was just getting started. They'd used me for too long, never really made me feel like family, just a backup. So, first move was the mortgage. I'd been paying the full $2,900 a month for nearly 3 years after Dad quit his job because his boss wouldn't promote him, and Mom's part-time gig was basically just her selling overpriced oils to Facebook friends. They never told me I was footing the whole bill, just asked for a little help. I called the bank and canceled the auto payment. 10 minutes later, Dad texted about a problem with the payment. I ignored it. Next was Mom's credit card, which I'd co-signed for emergencies that turned out to be online shopping, takeout, and spa trips. Balance, $3,700. I canceled that card, too. And then Sarah's car, that flashy red SUV she bragged about, which I co-signed on with promises she'd take over payments. Spoiler, she didn't. I called the dealership and set up a voluntary repossession. Everything went quiet that night. Too quiet. Then morning hit, and Dad was calling again, 6 times in a row, followed by a text about overdue payments. Mom left a shaky voicemail, pleading for help with the mistake. By noon, Sarah was blowing up a group chat, accusing me of sabotaging everything because I wasn't invited to Thanksgiving. I played dumb and told her to try making a payment for once. She got salty and private messaged me, claiming I was just jealous and trying to hurt them because Mom and Dad love me more. Go ahead, ruin everything. It's the feeling important, huh? That word, jealous, kept bugging me like a lit match near a fuel tank. So, I clicked on her profile and saw all these pics with my parents, vacations, birthdays, family get-togethers I didn't even know about. As I kept scrolling, the hurt turned to ice, then a bit sharper. Then I saw it. A post from 2 weeks ago. Family is everything. So grateful to have real family around. Real family? That hit hard. But instead of getting mad, I decided to do something about it. I remembered Mrs. Carmichael, our nosy neighbor. She always took a bunch of photos at family events and posted them on Facebook. So, I reached out. Hey, Mrs. C. Hope you're doing great. Did you take any good shots at Thanksgiving this year? I missed out and would love to see them. She was thrilled and sent over 7 clear photos right away. There they were, my parents having a blast, Sarah all cuddly with her boyfriend, even the neighbors were there. Everyone, except me. Perfect. I saved them and sent one to my mom with a simple message, did you have a good time with your small family? Mom saw it straight away, and they all started calling, Mom, Dad, Sarah. I ignored them. I ordered pizza, cracked open some wine, and watched my phone blow up with messages. They weren't sorry, they were just scared. They feared losing my money more than losing me. The next day, Dad tried to guilt-trip me with the whole "we raised you" routine, but I shot back, "Raised me or used me? This isn't payback, it's a refund." By the afternoon, Sarah was on Facebook again, throwing shade with a new status about real family never giving up. Of course, it got all sorts of support. Fine by me. I decided to respond with the truth. I dug out every message, every money request, and every instance of them calling me a pushover. I put together a folder of proof and posted it. Along with it, a new status: family isn't about who you're born with, it's about who stands by you. I won't be a ghost or their safety net anymore. I attached a family photo where I was missing. The comments exploded, some shocked, some supportive, some calling me dramatic. I didn't care. I was tired of being invisible. Now they couldn't ignore me. I sat back and watched it all unfold. My phone was buzzing nonstop, but I didn't respond. The truth was out like wildfire. Then Mom texted me, inviting me to a 4th of July barbecue with some neighbors. They wanted to put on a show like we were one big happy family. They thought they could show me off as their successful son. Well, they wanted a show? I'd give them one to remember. On the 4th of July, I showed up a bit late. The place was packed, barbecue in full swing. My family was all smiles, drenched in red, white, and blue. Dad saw me and immediately started with, "There he is, our son always there for us, right?" His smile was too big to be real. Little did they know, I was bringing the truth to this party. So, picture this: Mom comes flying over, grabbing my arm with a smile that honestly looked like it hurt. She starts boasting about how we're this picture-perfect family and how I'm always the helpful son. Meanwhile, Sarah's chilling with her drink, giving me a look that screams smug. "Oh yeah, he's just so generous," she says, laying it on thick. The neighbors are all nodding, super impressed, and someone even raises their glass. To a strong family, they toast. Strong? I think. For the first time in ages, I actually feel calm. "Really?" I say, loud enough for everyone to hear. "A strong family like at Thanksgiving when you didn't invite me?" The laughter dies instantly. Mom's face goes white. "What are you talking about?" Dad chuckles awkwardly. Then I drop another bomb. "Or maybe it's strong because I've been paying your house payments for the last 3 years, $2,900 a month, and never got a thank you." The neighbors start exchanging glances and whispers. And Mom here, maxing her emergency credit card for $3,700 on shopping and spa trips, I add. Sarah's face is beet red now. "Stop it," she snaps. "Are you actually trying to ruin this for us?" "Ruin it?" I say, pulling out my phone. "If telling the truth ruins you, then maybe blame the lies." I tap my phone, and the big screen they set up for movie night suddenly lights up. There's a photo from their Thanksgiving dinner, all of them grinning and having a laugh without me. "Look, a cozy little family gathering," I say. Dad rushed at the screen, but I blocked him. "Don't. This is just the start." I swipe again, and screenshots fill the screen, messages from them. "Mom, don't worry. He always pays." "Too soft to say no," she had texted. "Sarah, yeah, just say it's for the kids." "He won't dare refuse," another message read. "Dad, he gets upset, but he always helps eventually." The place goes dead silent. Someone even starts recording. "Is this true, Sarah?" I ask, looking her straight in the face. "All these years, you've been badmouthing me, calling me selfish and greedy. But you've been using me this whole time." "You're insane," she yells, smashing her glass on the ground. "You're just trying to make us look bad." "Make you look bad?" I laugh. "I'm just laying out the truth." Mom's voice quivers. "Please, not here. Not in front of everyone. This is a family event." "Family," I scoff, raising my phone higher. "You're not a family. You're just a bunch of users. You take, and give nothing back." Dad grabs my arm, trying to drag me away. "Enough. Stop this. You're humiliating us." "Humiliating?" I pull my arm free. "Is it more humiliating than being your personal ATM? Your convenient little backup plan?" I'm done. I glance around at the neighbors. Some look shocked, others intrigued, some disgusted. Remember, they didn't invite me to Thanksgiving. Called me selfish. But the truth is, they only love me when they need my money. Sarah lunges for the TV to turn it off, but the images keep cycling, every screenshot, insult, fake apology. "Stop it. You're destroying everything," she screams, voice cracking. Yeah, I am, I reply, voice steady. But I'm not destroying a family. I'm destroying a lie. Mom drops to her knees, grabbing my hand, her tears fake. Please, we can fix this. We can talk. I lean down, meet her eyes. Fix it yourselves without me. Then I walk away. Behind me, I hear Dad shouting, Sarah crying, Mom begging. But none of it touches me. Not anymore. I stroll past the wide-eyed neighbors, their whispers chasing me. Some are filming, some just stare. But for the first time in years, I don't feel ashamed. I feel free. The barbecue ends in silence. Not just on my phone, but in their lives. I don't hear from them for a week, 2 weeks. But I know what's up. Their house is drowning in unpaid bills. The mortgage, now in their names again, is overdue. Utilities are getting shut off one by one. The credit card Mom used like her personal ATM? Cancelled. The car Sarah drove, the one I co-signed for, is now sitting in a dealer's lot, repossessed and ready to be auctioned off. They're falling apart, and I'm not lifting a finger to help. Instead, I make a call, a simple one to the bank. Hi, I'd like to dispute the mortgage payments I've made for the last 3 years. I was misled, thinking I was a co-owner, but I'm not. The bank agent hesitates. Sir, that's a serious claim. We need to review the account. Please do. I have proof, I say. I've got copies of the payments, messages from Mom and Dad calling at our house, asking me to cover our mortgage lies, all of them. 3 days later, I get a call back. Mr. Carter, after reviewing the case, we see significant misrepresentation. We can issue a partial refund of your payments as a settlement. I smile. How much? $12,400. Perfect. Send it to my account, I reply. One win, but I'm not done. Next, I call the credit card company. I need to report fraudulent use. So, I had this joint account situation where the other person decided to make some sneaky purchases. But surprisingly, the bank was really cool about it. A week later, I got an email saying they reversed the charges and credited $3,700 back to my account. Score. That's 2 wins right there. Then there was the car. Didn't even think I'd get anything back, just wanted Sarah to feel a bit of a pinch, you know? But then the dealership called. Turns out, since I co-signed, I was entitled to a chunk of the auction money from the repossessed car, $4,200 after fees. That's 3 wins. All in all, I got over $30,000 back, money I thought was long gone. Meanwhile, their world was falling apart, house slipping away, lights and water shut off, living like it's the 1800s, and desperately reaching out to every relative around for help. That barbecue video I made? It didn't just stay local, it blew up online. People reached out, saying they'd been in the same boat, used by family and left dry. I wasn't alone in this, but my family ended up isolated. Then one rainy Sunday, there's a knock on my door, Mom, Dad, and Sarah, looking like drowned rats. They pleaded to come in, but I wasn't having it. I reminded them how they'd called me selfish while spending my money. Sarah started crying, apologizing, but I knew they were aware of what they were doing. They admitted they'd lost everything, even their standing with the neighbors. I laughed. It was cold and empty because they only cared about taking, not about the pain they caused. They begged to repay me, but I told them it was already done, the bank and car stuff sorted, and they wouldn't get another dime. When they realized I wasn't budging, they cried and pleaded not to leave them. I made it clear I didn't leave, they did when they saw me as just a wallet. I shut the door on them, wanting them to feel the weight of their choices. They shuffled away in the rain, and for the first time, I felt nothing but peace. Life without their constant guilt trips was bliss. The $30,000 was more than money, it was my ticket to freedom. Then I bumped into Dad at the grocery store. He looked old and defeated. He tried apologizing, admitting he thought I'd always be there for them to use. I let the silence speak for me, knowing I wasn't their victim anymore. As he walked away, I realized something crucial. Family is one thing, but respect and trust? Absolutely everything. And living free from their manipulation? Priceless.